students, it's a continuation for this next features. So in a Java, last feature we discussed, it has a platform independent. So this platform independent Java can be executed in any machine irrespective of the hardware, software architecture, without any operating system. Means without any dependency on operating system, it can execute. So if same case, if I go with the C language, we compile a C program, the compiler verifies whether the C language instructions are valid or not. If it's valid, it can generate .dxe file containing of machine language instructions. That machine language instructions are available in the form of .exe files generated by compiler. It can executed only on that machine where it is compiled. If you want to execute the C language program in another machine, then we need to recompile the program and then execute. This nature is C language. It makes as a system dependency or platform dependent language. But if in case of Java, when we compile the Java program, the compiler verifies whether the Java language instructions are valid or not. If it is valid, will generate a .class file that containing of Java instructions. The special Java instructions are available in the form of .class generated by the compiler, can be executed in any machine with help of JVM without recompiling it. This nature is called as a platform independent. So this is platform independent. We'll see this next feature here in this. The next feature of this is here, interpreted. So what is interpreted? So interpreted, we'll see this, what is interpreted. Interpreted is nothing but here Java language is said as interpreted language, as the execution of program is done by interpret available inside of the JVM. So the execution it's completely depends on the JVM. So we can say this as an interpreted simply this. And the next is this high performance. High performance. So this is Java. The execution of Java program is done by an interpreter along with special compiler called JIT, just in time compiler. So thereby reducing the execution time and improving the performance of the application. So it's a very while execution, JIT will execute this compiler so that it can be very, very fast. So that is this. The next is here portable. So this Java language is said as portable language, using which we can develop an application which is a collection of small components which can be replaced and reused. Means portable means it can be reusable. Whatever the components we are using, that can be reusable, that we can reuse in different cases, that we can say as the portable. The next feature of this Java is multi-threaded. So it's a multi-threaded. What is the benefit of multi-threaded? We'll see. See, a language is said to be multi-threaded if it supports multi-threading. Every thread in a Java program is a control. If the program contains multiple controls, then we can say reduce the waiting time and provide response faster, and thereby improving the performance. So what multi-threading, if we use multi-thread, what happens? It should be executed in a multi-thread so that waiting time as well as the response time should be less, so that performance should be the high. The next feature of this is dynamic. What is dynamic? So the Java language said as a dynamic because the allocation of memory done by at execution time according to the requirement. So it can't be before that because of the allocation. Memory allocation is very important. This it can be done automatically and while execution time. So the next one is here. So the last feature of Java, that is robust. What is robust? So the Java language said to be strong language because of the two reasons. So what are the two reasons? Memory management. In this again there is a sub, that is memory management. So how this memory management happens, we'll see here. Memory management. In Java, the memory allocation and deallocation of memory both are efficient. During the memory allocation time, there will be no wastage of memory, and deallocation is done by garbage collector, which is efficient as the unused memory to be removed. So what happens in Java language? Memory allocation and deallocation both are done efficiently during the allocation and deallocation allocation time. That wastage of memory and the same deallocation is done automatically by the garbage collector. Because of that, it we can say as a robust. Then one more here is exception handling. This is very important thing for this any programmatic language. The errors of occurred at runtime because of the logical failure or invalid input are called as an exception handling. These all are not errors, these are the exceptions, like logical failures or invalid inputs. So when an exception occurs, the application will be terminated abnormally and executed incompletely. Means any exception will come, the program execution will stop there itself. It could not be proper way. So then for that what happens, in order to execute the code completely and terminate normally, we take help of exceptional handling. The process of exceptional handling in Java is simple and efficient. So that is the reason we can say as it's a robust. So in detail of this other means features, this is features, but whatever the words we are seeing in features like simple, robust, everything that we'll see in a feature, each and every in a detail of this we'll see this. So thank you for watching this. Please subscribe to get more updates. Thank you.